Alright, so welcome back to Surviving as a Trader in Space. And today we're just getting right into it, so let's just get started. Alright, so we last left off with getting a 2-for-1 deal, but we do need to update and fix up this ship, to be honest. Because like we said, we want to make this somewhat modular, so we can attach it to the wing of our ship right over here. So we don't have to kind of create it all modular just yet. We'll keep the points where we need it, make it modular. So then we have that, but we need to make it somewhat semi-symmetrical. So here is the back, and either we mimic the same thing in the front or we do one large hydrogen thruster instead. I'm not sure which route I want to go with. Only reason why I want to do one large hydrogen thruster is because if it is modular and if it becomes a drone and it's attacking, having two large hydrogen thruster will be fairly terrible in terms of flight and getting it shot down. But then again, two is better than one in that case too, because one gets shot down, the other one's still okay. If you have just one, then one gets shot down, you have no backward thrust. So there's your problem as well. So we gotta kind of figure out what is going to be our best bet here in terms of making it work. I guess in the fact that, yes, if one gets shot down, the other one is going to be available. Makes more sense, but it is a lot of mats, though. So I guess maybe it's more or less something we cover up as much as possible. That would probably be the best bet. But another thing that we do need to work on is the hydrogen tanks. Because we have hydrogen tanks directly connected to the large thrusters right over here. And that on its own is going to be pretty bad when it comes to getting attacked and everything like that. So we want to tuck in the tanks as much as possible here. I was thinking of putting it kind of closer to the middle. So wherever that is going to be, I think we assumed this would be the middle in a way, but it might not really be. But it makes sense to be the middle. As you see, that's the tip of the wing. So that's kind of showing us somewhat of the direction. So I guess we could kind of do it that way. Yeah, it would make sense. All right, so we do have to drain it, and I think I did already, so that's good. So more or less the point is to move it here. So to move it here, we just gotta make sure all the connections are still connected, which is another thing. So if we get rid of this, this, and this, what's gonna happen? So basically, it looks like there's some thrusters on the other side, which is the downwards thrusters. So that needs to go as well. So that's another problem. So we get rid of these things here. It looks like we have a battery here that needs to get drained out as well, which is a problem because it is draining or discharging, but it's taking 2 hours to get out of it. So that means we have to transfer it out elsewhere somehow. Should we just build more batteries towards the back and let it kind of recharge or not? I think more or less the reason why it's still recharging is because of the reactor that we have that's still on and it's using all the uranium. Let's turn it off for now. I think that'll speed up the discharge of that battery. Maybe not, I don't know. But we'll remove what we can remove first, which is these points here. And I'm hoping it don't separate the ship by mistake, which would be a possibility. But we do need to put it right over here, which does require us to get rid of more batteries. But then again, shouldn't be a problem to just get rid of the batteries, I think. Yeah, we'll waste the power that I got recharged on there, or has power in there. But in the terms of time, I think it'd probably be best to just remove them as soon as possible and then just put them elsewhere or whatever the case is. Yeah, because it's still saying 2 hours to discharge, so that's gonna be a problem unless we could get these to recharge, which is not much. It's gonna be completely filled anyways, so that's It's a no-go. And actually, you know what? These batteries needs to go as well. So none of this actually works out with the battery. So let's just, unfortunately, let's just remove them. Okay, so that's removed. I want to make sure that had some kind of connection so it don't just fall apart on us. This thing has no ass in there, so we'll just remove this. And we'll put it right here. So we use the same exact tank, which should be more than fine. Right there. And we'll remove this tank because we don't need that there. So now it has a nice separation between the thruster and the tank, where we could put in a battery or so in here now if we really wanted to. So if you did want to put a battery in here, I probably wouldn't want to put it too close to the hydrogen tank itself. So it'll be right over here, kind of right in between everything. So we throw in a battery. I guess we'll throw in the warhead battery. Why not? Right over there and right over here if we want to. And we can use pipes or conveyor junctions, things like that, right over here in between it. And that way we can add more. Actually, probably should have to put the batteries there actually, because I could have just connected more hydrogen in that way. But I think that should be fine. A bit of a mistake here, but more. I think it should be okay. Okay, so I'll just tell these to recharge for now. So hopefully you'll get rid of the other batteries out here, which we're gonna have to remove anyways. And hopefully our bubble or shield doesn't get too drained out, which is gonna be another problem. Okay, so here is another problem as well. Looks like we have a tank here that's not emptied out. So we need to get that out somehow. Our mush tank, well, we have mush tanks and base tanks, I think. Yeah, that's it. And these are for this. So these and all of these, we just have to go stockpile, and hopefully that drains it out. And it looks like it did do that, so that's perfect. Then we can get rid of this one. All right, perfect. So we'll get rid of this here. It looks like we got a lot to kind of get rid of as well right over here in order to make space for this tank. Okay. Bit of an issue, but got that situated. Okay, so the new tank can go right here with this battery drained down and everything like that. But again, yeah, I probably shouldn't have put that there, but it's okay. So basically now there's not too many was it downward thrusters, or most of these are downward thrusters, which is fine. We could put it right here as well, so not the biggest deal in the world. So it looks like conveyor tubes doesn't work out the greatest in this case, but a pipe would do. We'll put in this conveyor pipe cross so we can retrofit the 3 thrusters that we wanted here as before. And of course it's going to stick out a little bit more than it was previously, but I think that'll be fine. So we just fit those there. And if we want to keep the same design, we could lift this up a bit. but I think we're fine by leaving it this way. Or we change this out to be the half block slopes in that case, but that doesn't work out for that piece there though. We can figure that out with something else. It's kind of like that. And we'll just get rid of that. All right, so what can we change this up with? There should be a block that does something with this. And it's this one right here. As easy as that. All right, so that kind of gives us a little bit more coverage in terms of this here. I mean, it used to be down here, but I didn't want to put it right next to the thrust, the tanks. So again, we can just bring up just a tiny bit. All right, to kind of keep with the design, we just lift it up by 1 and do it like this way, which doesn't look the best, but it will do. Now, I don't really like it too much, but it's gonna do. I think it's gonna help with adding weapons and everything like that. So we'll keep that design for now. All right, so did a bit, move the antennas up a little bit, so get some conveyors into this whole section here. So all these thrusters are under or on top of some conveyor junctions. So did on both sides, obviously. So we get the connection, and we have a merge block and a connector. We kind of get that going. The only problem I have now is kind of having a bit of a creative design block now, where I don't know what to do with the front. I think everything else is pretty symmetrical, fixed in the inside. We probably can seal it up or design it a little bit more. Right now, it is a little bit on the exposed side, which is not that bad. And it's a lot of room for me to go inside to do some extra convey junctions and stuff like that if we need to, which is great for this current process, because I need to go in there to make any edits and things like that. But yeah, the front is a problem. I don't know exactly what to do with it. Okay, I don't understand why it's taking forever to slow down. That's actually kind of scary. It's got these thrusters on, so it should slow down going backwards. That was really awkward. Why is this ship taking forever to slow down going forward and backwards? I don't like that at all. Yeah, that is weird. Like, it should just slow it down, but it's not. Well, now it just did. Okay. Something a little awkward about it. Alright, turn them on and off, just in case. No, I don't like that it doesn't stop. Why is that? It's acting like dampeners are off. So, like, right there, it should, like, stop it pretty quickly. Why is it not doing that? What is going on? It's the large thrusters. There's no... Yeah, there's nothing going on with it. Why are we gliding? I don't like that we're gliding. What is going on there? um, that doesn't make sense to me whatsoever. So I need to know why it's doing that. Like, it should stop, like, relatively immediately. Like, right there. I gotta stop it myself. What is doing that? It's a bit odd. I mean, it is gonna go to a full stop eventually, but I don't understand why it's gotta glide a little bit. Like, right now, it's taking forever just to get it to 0. So what is doing that? So thrusters, let's see, all thrusters. Let's toggle them all off for now and play around with thruster override. All right, so I don't know what it was, but turn them all off and then thruster override. Play around the slider of it, and it worked fine. I'm not sure if the ion thrusters need the same kind of attention. All right, we're good there. That fixed that. Good. Perfect. Now, I can't get my creativity out to build out the front. I try to mimic it in the back, but I think I could have just sufficed with just one in the front and designed it out from there. That would make more sense, and then that way I could just build out little, smaller hydrogen thrusters, which already does have some already there. So then that way we could build out weapons in the front and everything like that. Avoid it being attacked. I think that's what I'm gonna do actually. Yeah, I think we have to go the route. We don't need 2. 1 should be more than enough. I know 2 on the back end versus 1 in the front makes it so non-symmetrical and unbalanced in terms of stopping power. But I okay with using smaller versions of them just to keep up with the balance of that instead. It's just design wise, it just doesn't look great. And I think we could build around a solo backward thruster, basically. That backward thruster is going to be kind of right out here. I'm just going to have to get a pipe system peek out a little bit. And how far forward do we want it to peek out? Probably not too much because it is quite, what's it call it on it? It's a quite large thing. So I think right around here or one more. It was previously, I think, one more. Right? How was it built out? Let's see. The ion thrusters was on the thruster itself. So do we need it forward that much? I mean, we could keep it like that. It wasn't terrible to be that forward. So there we have a connection there. Which would be nice too, because we could also add smaller thrusters on both sides or each side of it if we need to. Which isn't that bad. I guess we'll just go with this kind of designing with it. And add in the small thrusters. The ion thrusters, we can still add as well. How many do we want? I don't know how much can we put, but we could put it somewhere else. Like, say, right over here we need to. So get rid of this block and put on the ion thruster right over here instead. That could kind of work out. Just to give that extra ion thruster stopping power if we need it. I mean, we don't have much ion thrusters anywhere else except for the back and the front in this case, so it wouldn't be that bad. We don't necessarily need ion thrusters, but it'll be a good safety net in case some of the thrusters are destroyed. But we don't even have them on each side or each direction, so pretty much pointless in a way. So here we're gonna have what, 3, 4 on each side, basically. Technically 1, 2, 3, 4. So that doesn't equate to one large thruster, but close enough. So at least when this one gets destroyed, we'll be fairly on the safe side of things. Since there'll be multiple points of contact with the piping system and the hydrogen tank itself. So I think this would be slightly better bet. Well, probably not the top one and the bottom one. Maybe we don't need these two. We'll leave it for now, but I don't think we need that. But now it gives me a little bit better idea of what to do in terms of designing, I guess. Maybe. I mean, still not too sure what I want to do here, but I think we do something like this. And we'll build it out from there. Maybe something like that. In the front. Yeah, that works. I actually wanted to try doing this to the front, because this makes it a lot harder as a target. But with the surrounding thrusters I just added there, that just makes it a lot harder to do. So, it's still possible, but just a little bit rougher to do. Actually, no, we still can do it, but it's gonna look somewhat terrible. So it's basically gonna be coming out from kind of like that on the side here, which is not exactly the greatest look. But it can come out from there, and we add them kind of like that. Let's see if I can do that, because it would be interesting to do it that way to get some extra protection with the thruster itself, the large thruster. And this is just kind of like just placing it on for now. Yeah, it doesn't really work out because we need one here, and yeah, that's blocking. It kind of works out only if I do it this way, which is a terrible look. So there, that's what it would pretty much look like in the front, and we just got to build that out a little bit, which is it's not the greatest look, but let's see if we could continue on with it and see how we build this out. I'm gonna leave the innards a little bit exposed still for now, so then we can like get into it if we need to make any edit on there. Yeah, so the extra thrusters on the side, that's what makes it harder to design it out of. So like that looks terrible. Definitely looks terrible. So there's no way to really cover it really well in this case. So unless we just continue with the same exact design on each end, I don't know. It's just not having the easiest time right now to think of how to design it out. It's just like a, you know, they have a writer's block. That's what this is pretty much is. It's a more or less a creative building block. Not literally a block, but unable to think it through, basically. I mean, once in a while I have that, but let's see what we can do. So we could keep it all the same way, right? Have that kind of point down like that. Although it's not very helpful doing that. Down here on the bottom, looks like we need to cover this up a bit. So we can just do that, as simple as that. This piece here, I guess we're covering it with a bigger block like this, which is fine. This is a merge point, so everything that's gonna merge here needs to be pointy, like these corners. So we can't have a full block anywhere here, or it's gonna merge into the ship, and we have to take it with a grind it down in order to release the ship. So that's something we can't have over there. So like right here, we don't necessarily need a big piece like that, so we could just do a half block like so, and just do another half block and keep it with the same design. And then from here, yeah, we could do a half block continuing to here. We need to. I think we just do that for now. And right over here, we could just put a block or a half block, whatever the case may be. I say we use this block here, so we could do a half block, or maybe not a half block. Maybe we do this block here, just for now. I mean, much of this inner piece is kind of exposed, but that's fine. I mean, it's gonna shoot right through it anyways, so not a big deal. Okay, so that's the front, kind of. We still need a lot. We still have a lot to do here to kind of like square it out and everything like that. Yeah, I really don't know. Like, I don't know why this piece is hanging out like that, but it is. Can we make it the same as this block? I don't know. I mean, it's a possibility. Yeah, we definitely can. Just to even out the front here. Oh, we could leave it with the slope like that. I guess we do that then. Well, it wasn't a slope over here, actually. What was that? Okay, so maybe I did that. Get rid of that. And is there anything that fits in here? Yes, like that. Okay. So that kind of keeps with the design, which is fine. So we're just gonna continue to build that part out as much as we can. But ultimately, I'm trying to seal it up so this is all protected. Maybe I don't use these thrusters here, potentially. It can always be somewhere else. I don't know yet. Like I said, we'll figure that out in due time. But I guess for now, we're just gonna design it slowly and see what's gonna be the best options. Like this as a ship, right here gets shot down, it's gonna be pretty bad because it's a big exposed piece right now. So really don't want that to be too exposed. And then we gotta kind of cover this up too, which is gonna be interesting. Okay, so we get that covered up. Still much of this is still exposed, so we gotta figure that out. I don't know what to do right this moment, but we'll leave it as is. And let's just see if we can get this connected. So basically, this thing does have antennas. We can actually put a remote control here. We want to. Do you want to put it right over here? I think we put it right here. Actually, it's gonna be remote control blocks. It's gonna be other types of things too, to be honest. Like what was it? The automation stuff. The drone. What was that called? Right here. We needed the AI stuff. The AI basics, flight, those type of things. So we need to put those things here. Wait. AI, they have large grid versions of them, right? It should. I would think so. Yeah, they do. Okay, perfect. So I think this all can be lined up in here then, or hidden inside. I think hidden inside is probably better because we're gonna end up putting some kind of weaponry out here potentially. Yep, we can definitely do that. So I'm just gonna pipe it in for now. And up to here. So actually, this whole design could probably go away then. Yeah, I think it does kind of go away. Well, it really depends. But I think I'm gonna put an assault turret here. So that's definitely gonna look a little bit different. Alright, let's just get rid of this here. So putting remote control here is actually not a smart idea, to be honest. Because the assault turret is going to be targeted constantly, so it'd probably be a bad idea. Do we want to do an artillery turret instead? Covers more mass, but I don't know. Do we just do... Yeah, I think we do assault turret here. But then I guess we just put in some blocks for underneath it. Yeah, I think we do that. And that's just as a current design. We can always change it up later down the line anyway. So we can do it that for now. Yeah, the remote control over there, not the best placement for it for now. So we're definitely gonna add a lot more weapons. Like that's one weapon. I want to add weapons here because that's where weapons were previously, or maybe even decoys. Probably decoys then. But putting and connecting the conveyors all the way through here is just too exposed. So it's not really the best idea unless we put panels, which we could put panels right over here. No problem to cover it up. So it'd be right in here where there should be a conveyor junction, but I don't think there is anyways. It's actually right in here. So I guess we could do that. So that's the conveyor junction. So we need it to be up to this point, so we don't need that. So basically a conveyor junction here or something like that. And it's gonna pipe out to the front here where it's gonna have like a Gatlin or something like that. Let's just do the Gatlin turrets for now. Right over there. Unfortunately, I can't sneak it in here because it needs the extra spacing on the outside, but that's kind of where I wanted it to be. But now I gotta make sure this is covered up, and I think we're being attacked. Strike drone. Okay, that's fine. I just hear like the fireworks or artillery or something like that. Anyway, so this needs a conveyor junction or a pipe or something like that. I'm just gonna put a quick little piping system right over here. And that's where this is all exposed. I guess if we had to, we'll just put panels up to cover it up. But as you see here, it's like pretty bad in the sense of covering it up. So a panel here, we can put more panels here like this. And then panel here and here. But this one is like does that look okay? I guess if you colored it a dark color, it makes it look better that way. Yeah, I think that will work then. And then here we color it with panels as well, or maybe, just maybe, some half blocks instead. Potentially, right? It has the option to do it, but it just sticks out a little bit more versus the other piece. Or the panels. So here, what it look like. Okay, that's not terrible. It looks... Maybe do the same thing in the front then. Yeah, I guess we do that. Why use panels when we don't need to use panels? Yeah, for sure. We don't necessarily need panels, so it would probably be better without the panels. So we could just easily do that instead. I kind of want it to be not this one. Kind of have this little indent, so we'll just do this. This one could be this piece here. All right, so I think that would be a little bit more protected until we get to this point right here. So that would give it that extra design look. Yeah, that could work. That could work. I mean, not ideal, but it's gonna work fine. And if we colored it a darker color, it'll look like it's not really there. Not really. So that's probably gonna be the idea for this side of things. Oop. Looks like that drone's getting destroyed by my building repair, which is fine. So yeah, that makes it look like it's kind of exposed, so that's okay. It is connected now, so it has ammo, or can get ammo now, so that's always a positive. Alright, so we gotta do the same exact thing over here, unfortunately. So we're just gonna take care of that. So we're gonna do, what did we do there? Shoot. There's a piping. All right, I remember. There's a conveyor here. It was a pipe over here. Like so. And then the rest was just, well, and for now, it's light armor blocks. It's definitely shouldn't be strictly light armor blocks. We should really put heavy armor blocks to secure this a little bit better. There you go. So that's what that's supposed to look like. And we'll put the tubes here. We could put pipes instead, but I guess we just stick with the tube look for now. Alright, that's good. And again, this piece was this one here. Yeah, I think that'll look fine. That'll be a little bit more protected than what I was thinking initially anyways. So that actually works a little bit better. There you go. So we'll wait for that to get itself all fixed up. But I think we're good with that. The front still needs a little bit more work, obviously, but we'll work on that in a sec or in a few. We just got to test some stuff first. So I know I have a few more blocks here. Let me just get rid of things that we don't need. So, okay, that's fine. That's fine. We have forward thrust. We have back thrust. We have side thrust. We got weapons, more or less three piece of weaponry. We need more, obviously. So the side we probably put another assault cannon right around here, probably. That would probably be the best idea. Let me see, where can I put more? Should I put it more spread out, a little closer? We'll deal with that in a sec. All right, so we could keep this like this, just to give that extra protection that it doesn't really need, but we'll put that there and surround it. And then we could put another one right here, looks like. So right in between. So we cut this piping into a conveyor junction pipe. And we'll just pipe it upwards for now. Into right here. And we'll add that there. Okay, so the helmet itself, we're going to have to put elsewhere once again for now. We'll put it here for now on the outside. Definitely doesn't need to be there. Get rid of this. And we'll put in another assault cannon. Right here. That means we got design around it so that this is covered pretty decently. So something like using, well, we're going to have to use light armor blocks or heavy armor blocks like this to cover it up. Just to make sure it doesn't get damaged. And then we have to design around that. Which looks like it is very much going to be kind of like this. So wouldn't be too bad. And we'll figure out from there, I guess. Yeah, we'll figure it out from there. So you got assault cannon and assault cannon. We don't necessarily need one back here. Oh, this looks terrible. Let me get rid of this. Yeah, we don't need one back here, but we do have room for it. So it could be coming up from here. We'll put a conveyor junction there for now. But we could also connect it elsewhere. So that's another piece of thing that we can do. So where's this one? This one is Wait, did I do that even correctly? Yeah, it should be. It should be this one right there. So I definitely could put another one here. And I just realized I could definitely extend this out a little bit more and put another Gatlin out here too. But that makes it harder because if that conveyor here gets destroyed, then all the other ones are going to be not as usable. Or do we put one in front here and one back here? Some possibilities, but I don't think it's going to work out. Putting another assault cannon up here would be great, but design-wise, it's not as great. So we'll leave it for now. So 2 assault cannons, 2 Gatlins. I mean, it's good, but maybe not good enough. But of course, we can add more up front where we need to. So I think we should be fine with that. And from here, there's opportunity to do something like this as well. Round it out and close it up. Yeah, it's seemingly going that way, which is fine. I think we're getting there. And do we need a projector on this itself? Let's see here. If we do, then it'll self-repair in terms of a drone or until it reaches back into our base or our ship that has a projection of it. Maybe we just have an ongoing projection with it as well, which kind of makes more sense that way too. So we can put it right over here, actually. Kind of a good spot where it's kind of not touching anything. Or even right over here, but I want to leave that exposed. Or actually, you know what? Why don't I just pipe this in just in case we need it? I don't see why we shouldn't, and it should probably put it right here. So a good projection. If we do need a projection, I guess we'll just throw it here. And yeah, we're gonna place it back here. Probably the best placement for it for now. And let me turn off build and repair really quick because I don't like it when the projection gets too close. It starts building everything around it. So let's turn that off. I need a button for this. Just turn it off when I need it off. Okay, so the worst part about this whole nonsense is that I did take off the remote controls. So now I can't really do what I need to do. I kind of want to remove that gyroscope because that's just way too exposed too. Okay, so let's see. Where can we put a remote control? Right here looks like a good spot for a remote control. Or even just below it. Might be just below it. I guess. Yeah, let's try to put one in here. I wouldn't put it just under here, but right over here will be fine. So grab the remote control again. Okay, we have an active remote control, so we technically don't need that helm anymore, but we will keep the helm on. So let's say Shift K. Hold on. Let my Wi-Fi on. Or whatever that's called. My antenna on my suit. Not Wi-Fi, but similarly. Right, it's currently still called the aggressor, which is fine. Control it. So now we have access to it, as you see here. Alright, the corrupts are not happy with me. But we should be okay because we're in the shields. I hope. Ooh, did they just crash into each other? Looks that way. Something is just sending these drones, and I think it's, well, the corruptors. Or the corrupt. They're always gonna send something. So I'm not actually, you know what? So we're just gonna kind of ignore that. But yeah, remote control into it. Well, actually, probably don't need a remote control into it, but get to the terminal. So basically, we're just gonna do projector, Let's get to the blueprint, which is going to be the aggressor. So I'm going to have to change the name of that later down the line. But here is the projection. So I need to get into the projector once again and start moving it. So I don't even know where it's looking like right now. Okay, it looks like it's right side up, which is perfect. It's just not high enough. And back it up and vertical, not vertical, horizontal. So the horizontal is a little off. Oh, vertical's off too. And there. I think we're in there. Pretty good. Right? Yeah. That's looking good. Alright, that's getting really annoying. Ooh, that's a lot of scrap out here. I could take my ship out and just shoot them really quick, but I doubt that's even worth it, to be honest. So, I guess we'll just turn on build and repair now. And that's likely just going to take care of them anyways. I mean, it just grabbed all the scrap too, which is crazy. But anyway, it works out. We can just throw a rocket and shoot one of them if we need to. Got a decent amount of Gatlins, which is a bit annoying. You gonna run out of ammo soon? Probably. Alright, so I want to connect it here, but I'm afraid if I do that, I'm gonna get shot down. I didn't even think about it too. I did not think about exactly where the placement it's gonna be. I just placed it. So that is a whoopsie there. So like how far back we want it, how close we want it, I didn't plan for it. So we're gonna find out what it's gonna look like now. So this thing flies really, really well because it has a lot of gyroscopes on it too. So we could probably reduce the gyros. We don't necessarily need that many. But the idea was to put it kind of like right here. I don't have a camera, so it's gonna be hard to see right this moment. I hope I don't crash into anything, but where do we want to get it connected? How far forward? How far back we want it? They didn't even calculate for that. But we do need to get rid of some things. So like this needs to go. Alright, it is taking them apart right this moment, but I need you to do a little faster because they're getting a little annoying. Okay, we'll take that out. We'll take that out. Okay. You there, be quiet. We don't need all that nonsense noise while we try to concentrate and fly into this thing here. Okay. So we do lose out on artillery, but we could place it elsewhere. Not a big deal. Alright, so this artillery, we'll turn it off. It's off already. Got some shells, but we'll remove that. There. We'll knock that out. Oop. We still have building repair on. That's not gonna be good. Let me just put a block there to block it. Okay, so if we do build it from here and connect it from here, that works out okay. Because there's nothing here that's going to stick to it and connect directly. Now, how far forward do we want this thing is the question, right? If we add a little bit more further in, like up to here, it wouldn't look too bad. And even if it over here is not that bad either. Well, we got to figure that out. I mean, do we want it more forward or do we want it more backwards? Right now, it's kind of towards the center, which might not be a bad thing, to be honest. So it could go well. The connector point could be right here, the connector itself. It's a bit close for clang reasons, but think we merged into it during within a station. We shouldn't be able to clang out that badly. But if we're out in the fields fighting and trying to get it back and merged in, that's where the big old clang can potentially happen, which is a little bit scary. So here's a merge block. I'm gonna call this I was gonna say aggressor. Let's just say merge block A or merge block. No, A works. Yeah, that's fine. We'll leave it as that. This one I'm gonna change to something else. This is gonna be say mush ship left. This is on the left hand side of the ship. That's good there. Okay, we don't need this piece. And we can't add anything here, unfortunately. Except maybe kind of like this. But that doesn't really make too much sense to do that. Actually, you know what? Ooh. Why did that just all fly out? That's where something. Oh, I took off the connection. All right, never mind. All right, that's even worse that I did that. No, 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 no. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. I need something else here. No, not this. There, got it. Okay, a half block there instead would be better. And then we'll add this piece here. And to make sure that doesn't fly away like it did before, I'm gonna add these pieces right over here to make sure they don't fly away. And right here, we can do this actually. Yeah, we'll do that. There. And that way, it doesn't fly away and everything like that when we take this block out. Or if it gets shot down. So we lost a little bit of mats, but I think these are, ooh, they're heavy armor. Okay. So we just replaced it with light armor. Alright, so we gotta fix that up if we can.
Inventory full.
Here, we'll put the heavy armor here once we can. Well, you know what? I'm not going to worry too much about it for now. So, we have that there. And now we're just going to connect this whole thing. So, another unfortunate piece, I have nothing to be able to see. I'm going to connect it. I do need a camera. So, where can I even put a camera? Tough one. Put a camera back here or over here. That'll do okay, I think. Maybe back here. Great, I can't see anything. I'll put a camera there. That's not exactly how I wanted it to be, but should be okay. So it's kind of right side up and not looking that way. Alright, that should be fine. Let's see what that looks like now within the camera. Okay, so that's the camera view. That's not too bad. Right next to the merge block. So I can calculate how this is gonna look. And the way we're flying this thing is, or the camera is, it's right side up. It's still a little confusing actually to fly this thing. So down is left, up is forward, you know, that kind of deal, or down is C. But basically I'm gonna aim for this block right here. And I should be able to connect. So that's what I wanted to do. So the reason for a merge block is to merge it with the ship. The reason for the connector is so that we can connect into the ship if we need to transfer any hydrogen or anything like that. So that's looking good. I didn't even realize and calculate for this as well. So I'm lucky we do it this way this time around to see what's going to burn our ship down. So like that's far enough, I think, so that it doesn't burn it. But this one, not so much. So we kind of have to account for it. All right, so what's it looking like? Right side up. All right, I like it. It's not too bad. It could probably do better being this instead of having an attachment to this, to be honest. But if I design it to the point where it looks like it's connected, that could work out too. I don't know yet. Let's see. Yeah, it definitely could work out better if it wasn't attached to this and it was part of the ship. I don't know. Maybe we don't make it modular then. I guess we gotta figure out what's the best way to do this then. But let me merge it into it for now to see how that's gonna work. And we're merged in. Okay. I'm not sure how the projectors even work at this point too. Alright, so it does project it. Okay, that's good. So we're connected. So we connected through the connector that's here and then the merge block here, and nothing else is really touching it, so it would be able to get released. So now what's gonna burn the ship down? Let's see. This is not gonna do anything. Actually, that worked out pretty well. That's not doing anything. This here is a problem. Which is directing towards our door here. But that's how many blocks away. We got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks away. That might be a problem. This one, so same thing, might be a problem to burn our ship down too. So we gotta, well, maybe this one's a little bit further. Nope. It's right around here, so it's pretty bad. We might be okay, but not the greatest right this moment. Okay, so what is it looking like? Alright, so it definitely looks like an attachment. So now that makes me want to kind of change it up and not make it into kind of just sticking out from this piece here. Design-wise, it looks better if it was just attached as if it was this instead. So it's kind of like building out whatever this is into this. Which, if we did that, we just gotta get rid of these pieces. But then that turns it into a non-modular piece. So things to think about there as we're getting a bit of a celebration with fireworks. So if we get rid of the whole notion of it being modular, then it design-wise, it would just look so much better. And it's going to connect from that end there to... Well, we can extend it out a little bit more, I think. Actually, no. It's into that end there. What is going on here? Alright. Calm down. Yeah, it definitely looks better when it's closer to the ship as if it was part of it. So we're gonna have to rethink this. I think we can't go modular in this case. It was a nice idea to go modular, but I don't think we can. It just design-wise doesn't look good. I mean, utility-wise it'll be great, but design-wise not so much. And also, if we do it on both sides, we have another issue is that we're gonna lose this connection right here. But most definitely, it looks so much better if we were able to put it within the ship itself. So, not going modular seems to be the best idea. And if we did push it forward, it actually won't burn out these things either. So that works out too. So, well, Actually, hold on. I think we're okay. Yeah, we're okay. We gotta cut down a lot of pieces. We gotta cut down some of this stuff here. This thruster doesn't need to be here as well. All right, so I think that's what we're gonna do. I think we're gonna scratch out the mobile piece or modular piece because it makes more sense to have this part of the ship and it more inclusive with it. And it'll just look so much better there too. Is there a tank in here? I don't think we put a tank in here. Yeah, I hope we didn't put a tank in there. If we didn't put a tank in there, even better. So then we get 2 more back thrusters and 1 replacement large thruster in front. And then we can also plop on a whole bunch more weapons and everything like that. And also iron thrusters. Gives us more space to do all that stuff. So, So, yeah. It looks like that's the route we should be taking with this here. But let me know down in the comments below. What do you think? Should I leave it modular? I think design-wise, in my opinion, it looks better if it replaces this piece here. Because this was my doing, which wasn't the greatest design in the world. So, yeah, let me know. And we'll see how it goes from there. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And of course, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.